Long ago, in the ancient kingdom of Phrygia, there lived a powerful king named Midas. His kingdom was prosperous, his treasury overflowing, and his gardens lush with roses that bloomed even in winter. But none of this ever seemed to satisfy him. Midas was obsessed with one thing above all: gold. He would sit for hours in his grand hall, staring at piles of glittering coins, golden goblets, and ornate statues. To him, gold was the only true proof of power. One day, as Midas walked through his rose garden, he found a strange figure sleeping under a tree. It was Silenus, a friend and follower of the god Dionysus. Midas, recognizing the satyr, offered him hospitality and treated him with kindness for several days before returning him to Dionysus. Grateful, Dionysus offered Midas a reward, any wish he desired. Without hesitation, Midas said, "I wish that everything I touch turns to gold." Dionysus raised an eyebrow. "Are you sure? That's a dangerous gift." "I've never been more sure of anything," Midas replied, eyes gleaming. "So be it," said Dionysus, and he vanished into the air like mist. The next morning, Midas awoke and eagerly reached for his bedside table. The moment his fingers brushed the wood, it shimmered and turned to solid gold. Overjoyed, he ran through his palace, touching everything in sight: pillars, doors, fruit bowls, transforming them all into shining treasures. Laughing like a child, Midas ordered a grand feast to celebrate, but when he picked up a loaf of bread, it hardened into gold in his hands. The wine in his cup turned to liquid metal before it could touch his lips. Still, he tried to remain calm. Then his daughter entered the room. She ran to him, arms open. "Father!" He embraced her, forgetting his terrible gift. In an instant, she froze into a golden statue, her expression still smiling, her eyes wide with love and surprise. Midas staggered back in horror. His golden palace, once his dream, had become a prison. He cried out to Dionysus, pleading for the god to take back the gift. Moved by Midas's sincere regret, Dionysus returned and told him to wash in the river Ptolus. Midas ran there, dove into the water, and as he bathed, the golden curse flowed from his body into the river. To this day, they say, the sands of the Pactolus shimmer with gold. Midas returned home and wept with joy when his daughter blinked and smiled at him once more. From that day on, King Midas learned to value life, love, and simplicity far more than any treasure. And though his kingdom remained rich, the king no longer measured wealth by gold, but by the happiness of those around him.